Everyone, it's Shamila Ramjawan from the Red Corner Show in Johannesburg, South Africa. My guest today is Sylvester Jenkins III from Tennessee, USA. It is now 11 a.m. in the USA. Sylvester Jenkins is an author, a professional speaker, Army veteran. He is a native of Columbus, Georgia. He completed 4 tours in Iraq and 1 tour in Afghanistan. He's a retired first sergeant with 21 years of military service in the US Army. He's a recipient of multiple awards for outstanding performance and professionalism whilst in the military. He completed the Master Resilience Training course from the Leader Development Division and the University of Pennsylvania. He's a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. He received his Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership. He is certified in Advanced and Executive Leadership. He authored the books A Quick Cure to Successful Leadership, Winning the Battle Within, and is releasing this summer The Compass Leaders Navigate Change. His brand, Rising to the Top, continues to help the next generation to become resilient leaders that triumph in life. He's a professional speaker who has empowered hundreds of people by helping them reach their goals, both personally and professionally. Hello, Sylvester Jenkins III. How are you doing?
Hello, Dr. Shamila. How you doing? I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me today.
I'm so excited to touch on your journey because you're such an inspiration. When I actually joined the webinar for the Institute of Global Professionals the other day, and I came across you as the guest speaker there, and you blew my mind, and I thought, no, this is the person I want to get on my show because he can inspire so many people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you joined. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well.
It was phenomenal. Before we go on, I know it's 11 a.m. in the USA and we are now heading for the night in South Africa. It's 7 p.m. Please share a little bit about your childhood, family, background, anything that you want to share with the audience today.
Oh, absolutely. So first and foremost, I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4 beautiful kids. I'm a child of God. I'm an author. I'm a professional speaker in the educational industry, and also I'm an Army veteran. I'm originally from Columbus, Georgia, as you stated earlier. I grew up in a single parent home in a gang and drug infested neighborhood. And as a teenager, I was an aspiring drug dealer, a gang member, and an occasional thief. I failed multiple times in school to the point where I just didn't think I had what it took in order to be successful in life. I had pretty much did the ultimate thing you could do, and that was give up on yourself. So I joined the military due to like identity issues and then also low self-esteem. I figured by joining, I can build that confidence and also find my way. Throughout the process, I joined pretty much outside just because of that, but for job security and many other family members that served. And for about the first 8 years of my military career, I found myself to be a follower that transitioned into a manager. And notice how I said a manager and not a leader, because I still didn't have that confidence or belief that I could be a leader. But as time moved on and I went on my third deployment to Iraq, I realized the obligation that had been bestowed upon me. And that's when I really truly took the steps in order to become a better person, or really invest in myself and build that mindset in order to grow into who I am today. So that's a little bit about me and just in a nutshell of what I do.
That is wonderful. You have quite a journey in the military and you've won multiple awards for outstanding performance and professionalism. How did it make you feel? You've come out from this background where you had this low self-esteem and suddenly you're here and you just outperforming everybody else.
Yes, for a long period of time, I just thought that it was because of me, but I realized that your mind is like, how I want to say, a garden. And if you plant negative things in that garden, you attract negative things. And over time, as I continue to develop and invest in myself, I noticed that whenever I thought positive, I attracted positive. So it just propelled me to continue to try and do the best I can in everything that I did. So that helped me out a lot when it came to my performance in the military overall and everything that I did.
So you've had failures and then you've had successes, and your successes just grew. Two of your books
Absolutely.
are on the Amazon Top 100 list. Now, that is a phenomenal achievement. Congrats on that. Did you expect
Thank you.
that?
Thank you so much. No, I did not expect it at all. I promise you, when I started writing books, I just was just wanting to help others just find their way, because I knew I didn't have that guidance when I was growing up. Exactly. I didn't have like a true mentor initially starting out in my life. So I thought this would be a better way in order to help others without them having to really reach out for that assistance. So it just shocked me of the growth that I've had since becoming an author.
And I believe that just actually forces you to do more and write more, because that's what you've been doing. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so you can never win in life if you're losing your mind. The title, Winning the Battle Within. What inspired you to write this book?
So what inspired me to write the book was I had a period in my life during when I was in the military that I experienced a huge divorce. I came back home from the deployment. I lost everything. I walked back into an empty home, an empty bank account. I had spiraled down. I was dealing with drugs and alcohol during that time frame. I was facing demons that I just couldn't overcome. And in the process of doing that, I realized that there's only one thing that I can change, or one thing that I could control. And that was my mindset, my attitude, and the actions that I took. So in the process of doing that, I realized that the biggest enemy that you will ever face in life is your enemy, your mind. So your mind really controls you in everything you do. Some people are on autopilot. Some people really take the opportunity to try and just really figure out exactly their way of life. And I wanted to help people by providing a guide in order to help them realize or win the battle within with their inner self. So that what propelled me to write the book, Winning the Battle Within.
That is amazing. And I mean, you're helping so many people. You touched me, when I listened to you the other day, and I thought, no, this is the person that I could actually latch onto, because he's got so many good things to help one move ahead, and just being on the that global platform where there were a lot of youth that you inspired that day. And it was just amazing. Thank you so much for what you do. But just being a professional speaker, did you have the confidence to become a speaker? How did it feel when you first got on that stage? Take me through that journey.
So I did not think that I would become a professional speaker. Actually, what I did was think about what I did throughout my time in the military, because I had so many soldiers, young soldiers, between the ages of 18 to 25, that will always come to me for guidance. And when they would come to me for just advice dealing with life in general, it kind of placed in my brain that I should be somewhat of an influence in a different manner once I transitioned out the military. And I wanted to help others trying to build that confidence in order to just become better than where they were, because everybody has potential. Everybody has the capabilities to be successful in life. It's all about somebody just having that belief in them outside of them believing in themselves in order to put them in that position. And the Bible states that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So when I latched on to that scripture, it just made me realize that I'm able to give people life by just saying the words, or just giving them that inspiration, that hope, that they can be better than where they were. So that propelled me to go into the realms of becoming a professional speaker.
Love it. And I love the little posters behind you. Believe in yourself, be positive, work hard. Those are the messaging that we need to actually put out there to the youngsters these days. But developing the next generation is what you profess on most of your social media posts, which I've noticed. And your
Right.
tagline, I help the next generation to become resilient leaders that triumph in life. What is the
Right.
importance of resilience to you?
So the importance of resilience is, I think it's a secret ingredient that nobody really talks about. During, the pandemic that happened, a lot of people went through so many hardships. They lost their jobs, they lost loved ones due to everything that was going on. And throughout the process of that happening, I believe that if people were given the tools needed in order to gain or build that resilience, they would have been in a better place or better position or been more optimistic when it came to who they are and what they're able and capable of doing. So resilience is so important to me, to the fact that it can help you bounce back from adversity, anything that you face. So a description that I give whenever I'm telling people how important resilience is I want you to think about your car, right? When you're thinking about your car and you have the shock absorbers on your car and you're riding down a road that has potholes, a road that has bumps, is without the shock absorbers on your vehicle, it's a miserable ride. The shock absorbers are a representation of resilience, because with those shock absorbers, you still hit those bumps, you still hit those potholes, but the impact is not as severe as it would be without the shock absorbers. So that's the importance of resilience to me.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn so much from this today. But, at the recent webinar, I heard you speak about GPS, goals, purpose, and strategy. And for me, that is something that I believe in. Do you maybe want to share your entire theory or your work around that with the audience?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So GPS has the same terminology. I mean, has the same definition as a regular GPS that you use to get from point A to point B. But instead of it being like TomTom or Garmin, it's goals, purpose, and a strategy. You see, once you know your goals and you understand your purpose and you have a strategy in order to achieve those things, there's no reason why you can't reach your destination. So I tell people to turn on your GPS in everything that you do, because this is how you become successful. This is how you make it to that next level. This is how you rise to the top. This is how you win the battle within. Because when you when you write down your goals and you actually have them on paper, you have a 45% chance of achieving those goals automatically. When you look at it every day on a daily basis, when you really look at those before you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning, you have a stronger understanding of what you want to do. It keeps you on track, because sometimes our mind throws us off track. But when we see those goals that we're planning for ourselves, we're able to keep moving forward in order to achieve those things. And then when we understand our purpose, there's a quote out that says, the two most important days of your life is the day that you're born and you know why. So when you understand your purpose, and when you really realize and look into why you do the certain things that you do, because for a period of my life, I used to ask God, why me, why me? But then I turned that from why me to why not me? When I was going through a period of my life when I was saying, I gotta do this, I switched it from I gotta do this to I get to do this. And when we think about those purposes that we have, we're able to reflect on the certain things that we experienced and went through in order to become better and grow. Because you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because if you're comfortable where you at, you'll stay stagnant. You won't grow. You will not grow. You have to put in the work daily. So that's the purpose in becoming successful in everything that you do. And then your strategy, you have to come up with a game plan. Without a game plan, I always tell people a goal without a plan is just a wish. A goal without a plan is just a wish. It's just something you think about in your mind. You can have all the knowledge up here all day, but if you're not putting it into action, if you're not putting it into motion, it's just a wish. It's just something that you're just thinking about. So you should have goals, purpose, and a strategy in everything that you do.
Wow. And that is your GPS.
Absolutely.
Amazing, amazing. And always believe, and I tell people as well, always move the goalposts. You reach that, it's not the end. Just carry on moving and don't look back. And
Absolutely.
also, the word impossible. it's actually impossible. So nothing is impossible, and just believing in yourself. And I see that's one of the posters that you have there as well.
Yes,
So
yes,
so we spoke about you spoke about quite a lot of stuff: goals, purpose, strategy, believing in yourself. It's just keep on keeping on, isn't it?
yes, yes, yes. This is where perseverance or faith comes into play, because when you think about your faith, it's really a strong belief in yourself in order to keep moving forward, just like you said earlier, in order to become that person that you want to be. Your attitude dictates that, because I believe there are three different types of people in this world. And follow along with me when I say this, because some people look at me crazy all the time. But I say the potato, the egg, and the coffee bean are the representation of those three types of people. And so everybody faces adversity at some level in some type of way. It's inevitable. We all deal with it. And so for this representation, we're going to say adversity is hot boiling water. So when you look at those the potato, the egg, and the coffee bean, like I stated before, you look at that potato, initially looking at the potato is hard, right? Which can be considered as strong. But then when you stick it in that adversity, that hot boiling water, let's say just recently lost their job or failed a huge test at school, what happens to that potato? It grows soft, right? It grows weak. But then you look at that egg. Now that egg is already fragile from the beginning. Now, if you drop an egg on the ground, it's going to shatter, it's going to break, right? But then when you stick it in that adversity, that hot boiling water, as we stated earlier, when you think about like loss of a loved one or a huge divorce or a breakup, that egg, it hardens on the inside. Still same outer shell, but on the inside is bitter. And then when you look at that coffee bean, now that coffee bean, you stick that coffee bean in hot boiling water, it changes. It changes the circumstances. It changes its surrounding for its better. It goes from hot boiling water to coffee. So I tell people to always strive to be a coffee bean. You should always realize that who you are or your beginning doesn't have to be your finish. You can always change for the better, and you should always see or emulate that person that you're trying and striving to be, because that's the only way you'll get to where you're trying to be.
Love it. And also, I think it's so important for people to believe in themselves. And we go back to that again. It's always believing yourself and knowing that you can achieve whatever you want to and put your mind to. I think that's the important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the first and foremost, because if you don't believe in yourself, it's hard for anybody else to really believe in you. They tend to fall off or take advantage of you in the process of that.
There is a saying that I read previously as well is when you start loving yourself, it makes it easier for other people to love you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I truly believe in that. I think when you invest in yourself, you truly will gain a fortune. You'll gain a fortune more than you would if you just invest in your job or if you invest in your education. Because when you think about investing in those things, you'll make an honest living. But when you invest in yourself, really take the time to educate, believe in yourself, have that faith, and learn the things that you can do in order to better yourself, it's a whole nother world. It opens up a whole new light to things that you can do in life.
Yes, I believe in yourself and be yourself. And I have a lot of people that contact me and say, "But you're so brave with your posts on social media. What you put out there because they see the good, the bad, the ugly side of me." But at the end of the day, it's me. I'm a human being, and I'm just being authentic. And I think that is important for people to be authentic.
Yes, yes. So I believe that everybody in life, over time, they just conform to the way of the world instead of just being who they originally are supposed to be. And everybody was created on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose. And when it comes to who you are, you're not meant to be like everybody else. You was created to do something that everybody else wasn't capable of doing in some kind of capacity. And some people have a hard time believing that. So then they conform to the way of the world instead of renewing their mind and conforming into who they are originally supposed to be. So I think that's awesome that you feel that way and that you do those things in order to inspire others to be themselves as well.
Thank you so much. Sylvester, just going back to your books, I know your new book is going to be released in 75 days or under 75 days. The Compass Leaders Navigate Change. Tell me about that book.
Absolutely.
Take me through that journey. Why did you write that book?
So the compass leaders navigate change is true. So in the military, we use compass to get us from one point to the next point. But I believe that leaders do the same thing. And in order to have that mindset, in order to know how to operate when certain things come in your life that can change, certain things that happens to you, you as the leader have to show the way, know the way, and go the way. So when I wrote this book, I wanted to help people not only succeed in their personal life, but in their professional life as well, as far as being the leader that they're supposed to be. Instead of being a competent manager, I want to help them become a great leader. So it propelled me to write this book, The Compass, in order to get them on that next level.
Love it. I'm so excited about it. I need to go onto Amazon and try and get some of your books as well because it sounds so interesting.
Absolutely. I got one right here with your name on it already. So I'll be sending
Oh,
that
thank
into the
you.
mail for you. Don't
Thank you
worry. I
so
got you.
much. I'm actually waiting for the borders to be open because I was due to be in Miami last year in March, and I have a
Okay.
ticket still that's banked with Air France. So I'm just hoping when we can fly again because I really want to. My first trip's going to be to the US.
Okay, that's awesome. Phenomenal. That's great. That's great. So glad to be here. So absolutely. So whenever we get done with this, if you could just give me your information, I'll definitely send that book off to you in the mail so you can win the battle within as well. I already know that you got the mindset, but I just want to help you, just give you a little boost in the process of doing that.
Wonderful. Anything is welcome. We grow and learn every single day, and I'm all out for it. So thank you so much for that. Wow.
Thank you.
Sylvester, is there anything else that you want to share with us?
Yes, I just want to tell people who are dealing with certain things that they're going through right now that your start doesn't determine your finish. I want to tell you, don't give up. I want you to tell you to be you in everything that you do. That's believe in yourself, educate yourself, and continue to execute in the ways that you need to go in order to prepare you to that next level and continue to succeed in life. Because it
Absolutely.
starts with you first. You have to make that commitment to yourself because if you don't do it, nobody else will. Nobody's going to continue to push you in the back and tell you you can be greater than where you are, but you are great. Believe in yourself, work hard in everything you do, have that dedication, that determination, and that discipline to succeed in life. That's what I want to tell everybody.
I think if somebody could actually jot down all those key points, it is just life changing. It's just committing to yourself. I think just to put it in a nutshell, it's committing to yourself. And if you can do that, then you can grow yourself. Um,
Absolutely.
just in terms of COVID-19, how did that affect you?
Oh, well, a COVID affect me. It didn't. I'll be honest with you. 2020 was my best year of all years in my life. 2020 was my best year. I had went down a downhill spiral in 2019. I was deployed again, and then during that time frame, I was dealing with personal issues in my family life, and then my mother, she had passed away, and
I'm
so when I was
sorry.
oh, it's fine. I mean, like, it's a wound that never heals, but then at the same time, in the process of as you grow, you learn to deal with those certain things in certain circumstances. I know she's in a better place right now, and I know she's looking down on me, proud, smiling ear to ear. So, but yeah, 2019 was a bad year for me. But then 2020 happened, and then I really found myself. I started really investing in myself and really learning things that can help me get to that to the point that I am now. It put me in a position to not only get in physical shape, but mental as well. So I think mental health is a huge wealth that people don't, try to really look into. And I think it's something that everybody should be aware of. I'm a mental health advocate by far ever since the pandemic happened, just due to the fact that what everybody experienced and what everybody went through, including myself. So I'm always pushing things that you can do in order to better yourself to recover from the post-pandemic situation and everything that's going on.
Do you want to share some of those tips briefly with us?
Oh, absolutely. So some of the things that you can do in order to help you just get your mental health back to where you should be or where you want to be is exercising. Exercise is not good just for the brain. I mean, not just good for the body, but it's good for the brain as well. It sends out endorphins, the happy hormone, in order to increase your level of oxygen to the brain. And then also something that I do quite often is watch funny movies or, watch bloopers or pranks on YouTube, just due to the fact that a sense of humor reduces stress by far. It not only reduces stress, but you do the same thing?
No, it actually made me think of something, because when you were on the webinar the other day, you said you actually watch a comedy before going to bed. Was that correct? Was it you?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, that's with me. So I normally watch funny movies or bloopers or whatever, or pranks on YouTube quite often before I go to bed at night, just to try and clear my mind of all the things that I experienced. Because just because I'm at this point right now, it doesn't mean that I don't have bad days. It doesn't mean that I don't face adversity. I still face those situations and circumstances. I'm just optimistic behind the things that I go through. But in the process of me clearing my mind of all the negative things that I experienced throughout the day, I watch funny movies and videos just to bring myself back to that level in order to keep moving forward in everything that I do. And then also words of affirmation. Words of affirmation, I think, is so big. As you can see behind me, I look at these every day because it put me in that position to keep moving forward. It put me in that position to really think about what I'm blessed with. And then also just having an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude would take you so far, because I think as humans, sometimes we let people dictate certain things that we think about, because there's certain things that we go through and experience because of somebody said or something that we went through that can just change our whole mood. It can change our goals, our dreams, our aspiration. When people tell you you can't do it, don't believe what they say. If they haven't been there and done that, don't allow them to dictate where you want to go. Don't allow them to dictate where you're striving to be. So words of affirmation, just putting that in your brain on a daily basis, and then having that attitude of gratitude. I'm always thankful as soon as I wake up in the morning and I'm able to see everything around me. I'm thankful for my sight. When I put my hand on my chest and I feel my heart beat, I know that I have another day at life to be great. I know I've been given another chance to serve others and be that person that I need to be, not only for myself, but for them as well. So I'm always having an attitude of gratitude just to put me in that better position and not thinking negative with everything that goes on in this world.
Absolutely love it. And I must say, you've impacted my life, because when I heard that the other day, when you said you actually watch comedies or something humorous before going to bed, I mentioned that to my daughter. And that's exactly what I do now. So I save all these little video clips that people send to me on WhatsApp, and I tend to watch it just before I go to sleep. That just puts me in just a different frame of mind, which is awesome. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad it was helpful for you. It helps me a lot.
I think you've helped thousands of people, and also having an attitude of gratitude. For me, that is so important. And like you said, we get up in the morning, we can breathe. Some people are taking their last gasp of breath, and yes, here we are alive and kicking. We should be thankful for having that life, that one life, and we need to make the most of the life that we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We should never be in the slums. We should always be grateful that we have another chance at life to change. You have two choices, either to be better or be bitter. And I always choose to be better behind my action when I wake up to have another day in life.
Yes. And something that also resonates with me is when you mentioned the goals, purpose, and strategy, is writing it down. I think that is so important, because you can
Yeah.
always make changes to that. You know, you change it to suit you and suit your purpose and your passion, what's going to drive you. And I always believe as well in moving the goalposts, because you want to
Yeah.
grow, you want to move ahead, you just want to grow yourself as an individual. So you just continue growing, you never stop.
Yes, absolutely. The Bible said, write the vision and make it plain. So you write the vision out that you want to be, who you want to be, and you see it every day. It's going to eventually sit in your mind to the point like, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. And you'll always keep moving forward. Nothing happens without action. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. So I think it's wonderful that you think like that, man. I think, me being honest, I just want to give you your flowers while you're here, because I seen everything that you have going on. And I think you're such a phenomenal person. And I just seen where you're receiving this award from the president of the United States, which is phenomenal. So kudos to you on that. Congratulations. Hopefully, you know, I can be in your position one day and receive something like that as well.
Thank you so much. That was just heartwarming to get an award from the president of the United States of America, the Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm so looking forward to
Yes.
my certificate, and I'm so looking forward to coming to the US, because I mean, to be recognized in the US, I mean, some of the recognitions that I get on a global level, I don't get here in South Africa. So for me, that
Right.
is really heartwarming that people outside of South Africa can identify and recognize me for what I'm doing.
Right, absolutely. That just goes to show you that your hard work and your dedication is not going unknown. That everything that you do is seen across the globe, as you know, just in general. So, kudos to you. Phenomenal, great job.
Thank you so much. Sylvester, thank you so much for coming on board and chatting to me on the Red Corner Show. Your last words to the audience out there.
My last words to the audience is just be you. Don't give up. Keep moving forward and strive for that greatness in everything that you do.
Sylvester Jenkins III, thank you so much for chatting to me on the Red Corner Show. If you would like to be on the show, please drop me an email, redcornershow@gmail.com. Let's get chatting. You could be Sylvester inspiring the world. So contact me, and yes, please be safe, everyone. Take care. Bye.